What is going on, you guys? It's your boy Average Bob. And this week is the NFL Awards Ceremony show where an Offensive Rookie of the Year, amongst other awards, will be named. And I wanted to touch on this specifically in terms of my guy, Jaxson Dart, and why he should be the winner of this trophy for this previous NFL season. So, with that, let's get started and talk about some of the odds on favorite here at minus 10,000, who's probably going to win this award, is the wide receiver McMillan from the Panthers. Had a pretty strong season, 70 receptions for over 1,000 yards and 7 touchdowns. He really did a great job of helping out that offense, but I'm not going to talk about the other guys like Tyler Shaw, Emeka Egbuka, and Travion Henderson. Those are the also lowest odds on favorites outside of Jaxson Dart. And why I want to touch on Dart specifically, this season finished with over 2,000 passing yards, 15 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, over 60% completion percentage, 487 rushing yards, along with 9 rushing touchdowns. Now, the case could be made here for Dart, even though Vegas doesn't seem to think so, because quarterback's the most important position on the field, period, stop. And what Jaxson Dart did this season was remarkable, even though there were a multitude of other factors why the Giants didn't get many wins in the W column. So to get started talking about Jaxson Dart specifically from a dual threat production standpoint, he had 24 total touchdowns, 15 passing, 9 rushing, which is a lot for a rookie quarterback, especially the rushing touchdown side of things. So just very dual threat, and I'm super excited to see what he could do next year. But also for a rookie, pretty elite ball security, only 5 interceptions despite taking over, week 4 against the Chargers and then missing some games here or there. So 5 interceptions compared to Tyler Shaw had 6. All pro baller Shedeur Sanders had a bunch as well. Dart's first start came many games into the season. He missed time for injuries, and he still put up pretty productive numbers. While other players did have strong rookie seasons, no player matched Jaxson Dart's combination of responsibility, efficiency, and impact. With the context and the positional value, if that's pulled into consideration, Dart stands as the most deserving player for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Now, I know he's not going to win it, but I did want to make this video just to put it on paper that I have such faith in this player and this young kid, and I'm so excited to see what the future holds for him. Now we got to figure out who's going to be his offensive coordinator and try to get another weapon or two for him on the offensive side of the ball. Another reason I want to do this video is because next up we're going to watch all of Jaxson Dart's rookie highlights. So let's watch them. 28 minutes worth of Jaxson Dart highlights. His first career touchdown. I remember a lot of people saying, oh, maybe they shouldn't play him in the Chargers game because, the Chargers have a good defense. But I think this showed early on that he belonged in this league. Great block by Scattaboo. I think we only got a first half of this game with Malik Neighbors and the Scat Man and Dart. But Dart is so good at commanding around the field. Like, he rolls out saying, come back. And he starts by standing in his own end zone. A lot of Dan Orlovsky ran out of the back of the end zone that one time, and he wants to tell everyone how to play quarterback. I like the dive, fake reverse, play action, throw to Bellinger on a corner out. Yeah, I don't know what Daniel Bellinger's future is going to be with the G-Men. Wide open, Theo Johnson. I think he had, 6 or 7 this season? Dart was on the record of saying that Theo Johnson is his best friend on the team. But, Theo Johnson got a lot of burn. Bellinger got a lot of burn. They're in on a lot of these plays together. Ooh, great block by Van Roten on the bottom. I mean, this is just incredible athletic ability. Now, so if we're going game by game here, actually, they're probably going to jump around because there was a lot more highlights in that Chargers game, I felt like, than just one. But the athletic ability here to be able to just get downfield, slide, avoid the big hit. He didn't even look that off, too, but put it right on the dime there for Theo. For all the drops that Theo Johnson has, then he makes plays like that. in between both safeties. It feels fun to be watching highlights right now. Even though this team sunk, that's a great ball and a great catch. Theo turned around for it. People hate Theo Johnson or want to hate on him. They want to bring in a tight end. I kind of got to think he's my guy. And this game got so off the rails, though, because the second half of this game ended like 5 out of 7 drives were turnovers. The Saints game was so winnable, right? They were winning the first half of that game, I believe. And then little Jordan Humphrey. And then they kind of blew it and shut down their the whole second half. For there were drives where Scattaboo had the terrible fumble in the red zone, a couple bad interceptions. Dart also had the fumble, like a rookie play where he's just running around holding it like a loaf of bread. Johnny Football status, fumbles it off himself. Lil Jordan Humphrey had a touchdown for the Broncos in the AFC Championship versus the Patriots. Unbelievable play by Dart. This play showcases how just good this kid is, man. He just absolutely stunts on some of the best linebackers in the league. Terrible blocking by the offensive line for the most part, and he steps up and just runs and jukes and untouched. It's unbelievable. Great blocking by Andrew Thomas at the top of the screen. Kind of got chipped a little bit on a Pro Bowl or All Pro season. I think he was good enough to make that list. It got to be interesting to see what happens with Wandell. But look at Andrew Thomas. Spin move, finish him into the ground. Boom. Great rep. We're not going to stop and rewind anything because this is 28 minutes. It's awesome. That's what the Giants have been missing for so long, man. When you go back and you watch Victor Cruz, Monty Toomer, all of these, Odell, they're making so many explosive plays when they get into spacing at the ball. Great, unbelievable pocket presence from Dart. And Wandell finds grass, finds space, and Singletary down there. It's unbelievable juke. He does set him up a little bit because I think he does take some kill shots, but good flattened out route there by Theo. There, Nate. Man, did I think we were so back after this game? Obviously, very naive by myself. I should have known. This is the Giants we were talking about here. The interior offensive line just totally botches that stunt by the D tackles, and the linebacker comes free. Oh God, this game. False start by Illuminor. It's unbelievable. Mondale is all over this too already. You got to bring him back. You got to bring him back somehow. It's not just that. It's breaking off the routes and getting creative to where there's space, to where your quarterback then just building a relationship. Wan'Dale Robinson has built Wan'Dale Robinson has had success with every quarterback throwing him the ball over the last few years. And he was having a pretty good rookie season and then tore his ACL, I think, against the Lions. What a throw to Bellinger. Just the safety must have just absolutely just crapped down his leg there and was just looking in the backfield or something because I was got a linebacker. But damn, this was Schlattman at center. Oh, love that play call. Steps up. You know what's crazy? I feel like if you're Brian Dable, though, you had to be crushing yourself after getting fired because they should have just gotten rid of Bowen. 2-4, you're in the game 7 here, and you're beating a team that would obviously go on to have a good season, but was considered to have an elite defense this year, early at this point in the season as well, right? They're 4-2, and you have them on the ropes. And they couldn't figure out a way. Dable should have fired Bowen. I don't know why this allegiance that he had to him to keep him around for so long. Great route by Bellinger. We're seeing a lot of Theo. We're seeing a lot of Bellinger. We're seeing a lot of Wandell. It's crazy because I don't even think there was a single throw. Well, besides, it's not going to be on the highlights for Malik Neighbors going up for it and tearing his ACL. But damn, dude. Jaxson Dart. But yeah, it's crazy what Dart was able to do with kind of like the Island of Misfit Toys a little bit. No Neighbors, Scatman, kind of a hold there. I love that when Scatapoo has a chance to just run into the end zone, he's just trying to run people over no matter what. Look at his little picture too on the bottom. It's hilarious. He's like this. Like, posing for that when they had to do it for the media thing, he's probably just dying laughing. What an absolute legend. Everything was coming up Giants in this game. And then they scored that on 3rd and 17, dude. That, I think I said it, but this is what happens. This is what teams do to the Giants. The Giants over the last 12 years have not done plays like this to other teams. And then here you go, 4th and 19. That's a crazy update on the clock. I think he was still short there. I think he was short. Oh, did they throw that flag on it? Yeah, that's a stupid play by. I mean, even if he gets the first down, it's still a terrible play by Jonathan Franklin Myers. Dude, this game is so stupid. This game is so stupid. 30-26. Power, quarterback power. Wow. Dart, quarterback power with Dart is pretty nice, but there's a reason why not all other guys in the league survive as long as guys like Josh Allen have. It's just a genetic gift about size. Dart's shy about 3 inches and about 25 pounds from Josh Allen. But damn, man, this was he did enough to win. Jaxson Dart did enough to win a lot of games this year. So defense didn't hold up their end of the bargain. This loss should have been completely fireable. They should have fired Dable after that. It's a hold. Oh, man, this was such a fun day. My girls, or a fun morning, my girls had their Scattaboo outfits on. And it was the first time that she had the Scattaboo girl shirts. So we took a photo of her next to the TV right after that touchdown. And then he snapped his ankle later on. I don't know. You know what's crazy about this, just in general, as a Giants fan, is we've never had a elite dual threat quarterback like this. And you could say Tyrod Taylor was that maybe at one point, but he didn't play enough and he didn't play like this. Daniel Jones didn't also. He was too big. He wasn't making these shifty athletic plays like this. Great ball, great catch by Singletary. But my point is even though Daniel Jones could run, he wasn't running and escaping like this. Maybe he was just too banged up by the time Dable came in. Maybe he was doing a little bit more. I don't think he was even doing this early on. And Daniel Jones also threw a shitload of interceptions and fumbles in his second season, I recall. That is a nice. That's the throw that they do in all of those scouting camps, or the one that they do like when it's on air and the quarterbacks, the Zach Wilson throw like that. You know what I mean? Like that's an all pro throw. Across your body, just on a tear. Ooh. Fake toss, quarterback powers. With your quarterback, I think I said it in this one. I'm not the biggest fan of this when you're down so much, but It was also they're down 20 doing quarterback power. So I love these jerseys, by the way. It's a great play by Theo Johnson. We talked about the drops, we talked about the inconsistency, but he has made tons of huge plays on these highlights. Good for Theo. I mean, again, this goes back to what I was saying on the Eagles touch about Wandell. Like, we haven't had making plays after yards after the catch, or just, I guess there could be its own category, plays after catch, right? Oh my God, how do you get out of that? How do you get out of that? Now you got to slide there, right? We're always saying that. You got to slide. Slayton holds on to that one, down 17. Yeah, he had the bad drop in the Saints game. Good block by Singletary. You know what? He's got, see, Motor Singletary's got to get cut, but he has some decent plays here. Look at Singletary's shoulder. He's going to put his left shoulder on the outside of either 98 or 27. I forget who's there. Boom. It's a great, on 53. Great block. Oh, great hand battle by Andrew Thomas. Of course, Slayton making some more plays here. Man, what a long season. The NFL's crazy, dude. Gunnar Olszewski, like, I I think that Darius Slayton said something interesting. He said we would never have a Victor Cruz, with the current coaching that they've had for the Giants, because they don't take risks on guys. And I think that's been evident because guys like Gunnar Olszewski, Isaiah Hodgins, like, they're only Lil Jordan Humphrey, they're only getting shots when guys are decimated or injured. Like, all of these guys probably should have had shots, but like, because Slayton isn't taking any, doing anything with his reps. You had Jalen Hyatt, who sucked, and they would force stuff to him. Yeah, of course. As I say that, Darius Slayton just makes a ridiculous one-handed catch. But in the freezing cold winter at Soldier Field, Darius Slayton making ridiculous one-handed catches. Well, you know what? Regardless, Giants fans, we are going to see Slayton next year. Every single time I start talking, this is going to take me like an hour to do with the amount of 15-second pre-roll ads I can't skip. But what, like I was saying, is Giants fans, we're going to see Slayton next year. Oh, these jerseys are nice, man. I like the blues and the whites. Love that. Dart's the man. This is a guy that we could build around. It's blocked up, super nice. That angle was great for that play. It's perfectly blocked. Perfectly blocked. Dart is really good at these throws, no matter if he's on the move across his body or if he has a guy directly into his lap. Right? Right there. Can't even finish it. He's looking at 44 and he throws it right over his head. Unbelievable throw. QB power 3-11. Dart jukes hits 3 guys. Just making some serious plays here. Mugged up heavily. The guys in the box. I like that you get Andrew Thomas coming in, pulling around. That's very creative. It's a very creative play call. I always hate when that happens to my boy Bellinger. Pumps, steps up. It's good. It's a great throw, great catch, man. Third down, 3rd and 4, man. A little wobbly throw, but 1. Drag the foot 2. Theo makes plays, man. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Get the Theo Johnson again. He's making plays. Some of the drops have been egregious. Some of them were bad. But if he could figure it out from a drops perspective, because he makes plays when it matters. This isn't like Evan Ingram dropping balls all the time and making no plays. Theo Johnson can make plays. Unbelievable. And then you get a defensive bed shitting in the 4th quarter again. I wonder who they're going to get to be the offense court. Nice cut block on the edger. Sliding. So Lumor's blocking down. What does the end do? Okay. We would just call that Charlie. That was just a Charlie. But a quarterback Charlie, that's interesting. Oh my God. I actually went to this game and it was so bad. What a brutal game. Looked like little Jordan or Hodgins was really open. It's kind of hard to see quickly though. 30-7. Man hurts for the hold. This is like a highlight reel for Theo Johnson. Like he's just, and I think this is also going to show you that their dynamic as friends, that he's just trusting him a lot on these throws. This fake sprint rollout. This is Johnny Football 101 right here. Ridiculous. Eventually, though, you just think someone's going to pop you. And it happens. I really hope he can stay as healthy as possible. So I think he gives us a chance. And this is the thing with like the haters a little bit. It's like he has no help really. Art steps up, runs, stumbles. Man, this season sucked ass, huh? Yeah, no, it's easy to see why John Harbaugh took this job over everything else that was out there, because crazy amount of talent in this kid. The defense. Denard Wilson better be turning the shitty defense around. Besides Brian Burns. It's my guy. I can't stand these national media pundits that have nothing good to say about Jaxson Dart. It's honestly phenomenal because he's so good. Love this. Oh, out and up. It's a great route. You'll see that next year for sure. Damn, Bellinger was super delayed because he was blocking in there for a while. But this is the thing. It's the not like getting nervous when the rush isn't getting there. It's good pockets. Theo Johnson again, great grab, making a play. Okay, let's see where he goes. He's gonna go inside his shoulder, right? He's attacks the outside, breaks inside, gets held a little bit there, pushes back, and makes a good grab. It's a great wrap by Theo Johnson. And getting pulled down. It's a great catch. This is turning into the Theo Johnson highlight show. Terrible block by John Michael Schmitz. Should have been holding. Pay this man his money. Mondell really came alive this season. Happy for the kid. He was like Dart. I said that was a cool angle. Dart on his back looking up. Probably. Yeah, Wandell. It's amazing what guys do in contract years, too. Everyone was getting all pissed off about winning this game again. Remember that? That was so weird. See, that's the thing. The people that want to lose, when you look back and you're like, you wanted to lose? For what? Fernando Mendoza? We got our guy right here, baby. Jaxson Dart, the sixth god. I love that play. I love that. He is the man. You know what? For how crazy our country is these days, and you lose a lot of faith the older you get. I'm 37 now. You look at the younger generation, and you start turning to your father. You're like, they don't get it. They don't play the whatever, But Jaxson Dart gives me hope in the future of America and the young generation. That's my point. Mondell wide open. Yeah, I remember everyone complaining. Where was this all season? Where was this all season? Jamal Adams. Dude's cooked. Russell Wilson. Dart steps up. Tucks it. Gets out of bounds. 2nd and 14. Easy money. All right. Both D tackles wide. No rush at all from the Raiders. Who the hell is 30 whatever? It's easy money. 4th and 1. I like that going for it. He's so fast. Steps up, throws it out. Gunnar Olszewski he showed up in the back half of the season. This route was free money the entire day, I remember. Just clears out the Z wide receiver. Just an out and up and out route. But getting deep downfield. I formation. They did this earlier, remember? Get out of bounds. Dude, the future for the Giants is going to be nice with this kid, I'm telling you. I also think, like, a guy like Olszewski and, I don't know, like, I don't know. I guess it's all you take with a grain of salt. You're playing the Raiders and the Cowboys, and Cowboys gave up, right? Gunnar Olszewski's probably, a 7-year vet. Should be cooking some random guys who aren't even going to be on the Cowboys next year. But I don't care. I always want to win. I'll never apologize for that. Tyron Tracy's great. He had a great season too. Good for him. Oh, we're at the end. The end of our highlights reels for Jaxson Dart's rookie season. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Really appreciate it. Please give it a like, drop a comment. I'm up to 500 subs. It's kind of been crazy. Fourth season's done. I'm only at 500, but it doesn't even, I don't even know why I said only. Feels like a lot for everything that we've done up to this point. So really appreciate each and every one of you, especially if you made it this far in the video. Have a great week, y'all.